guys, Aaron Challoner here for Forever Football, DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It is a daily reports today, bringing you the latest news and rumours from Doncaster Rovers Football Club. We do have some big stories today about Trialists, Wellens' confidence in Bogle, the Sheffield United game that's been confirmed, and we're also going to be looking at some other stories as well. So, before we get started guys, please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss the video, and let's get straight into this one. So, let's have a look at the Trialists update first of all. We've got a big one for you today with Trialists. Some of them may feature in today's game later on against Rossington Main. We'll see what happens with the lineups. But let's have a look at exactly what's being said. So, first up, we do have more training Trialists coming to the club. And they welcomed 4 Trialists last week. And we have a new one this week. And this is the former West Ham United youngster, Tunji Akinola. He's been training with the club. At least 2 more players have been penciled in to begin trial periods ahead of the weekend. And Wellens is set to inform original trialist Hughes, Bailey, Colkett and Barlaw on Wednesday whether he intends to continue to allow them to train with Rovers. So the Free Press understands at least 2 will be informed that their trials have come to an unsuccessful conclusion. Akinola last month departed West Ham, the club he'd been with since the age of 8. The 22-year-old spent last season on loan at League 2 Leyton Orient, making 34 appearances. He's a ball-playing centre-half, and Akinola was considered to be one of the brightest prospects in the West Ham academy, but failed to make a senior appearance for the club. This is where we come in. Give them a break. Give them a chance. He can play all across the back line. And as well as that, Wellens has invited in a handful of forwards for a trial with Doncaster Rovers to bolster numbers for the pre-season friendly programme. The Rovers boss was last night awaiting confirmation of whether the invitations had been accepted as he finalised his plans for Saturday's friendly with Rossington Main. Bogle is Wellens' only available attacking option, with Okanabiri sidelined through injury and Taylor having undergone surgery back on Tuesday. The former QPR youngster Aramide Ote is set to join up with the Rovers squad. Joined up with the squad yesterday. The forward came through the Tottenham Academy before switching to QPR 18. He made 21 appearances across 4 seasons with loans at Walsall, Bradford, Stevenage and Colchester during that period. Wellens remains hopeful of securing a left wing with the Rovers recruitment team, awaiting final confirmation from the target in question, a versatile forward that can operate across the front line. There was also rumours that he's got experience in the Championship and across the Football League. So, very interesting there. But that is a big update there on Trialists. Akinola's in. We're going to hear a decision about the original 4, Barlaw, Hughes, Colkett and Bailey. 2 of them are set to be told they've been unsuccessful in their trial periods. There's another 2 been penciled in for next week. It's big, and of course we've got to bolster the numbers. We've got a huge number of forwards as well, including Aramide Ote, who's set to be joined up yesterday. So I think that overall we're really looking at a great number of trialists, and let's focus on the 2 new ones before we take a look at that little bit of update on the left winger position. So Ote and Akinola, those are the 2 new names mentioned. So Akinola, first of all, play across the back line, needs a break. I think we can give him the break. I've been told he could have some talent about him. There's some real potential about him from West Ham fans, so shout out to them. But I think that overall, I think Akinola could be a decent shout for this club. I really do. As for Aramide Ote, I think, again, this guy just needs a flaming break. He needs a flaming break. And I think that he could be a very underrated forward for us. Yes, he's had loan spells in League 2, but I think that that's where you learn your craft, you know. Harry Kane was loaned out to Leyton Orient, and they were in League 2. What does that make Harry Kane? But I think that overall, I think Ote will be a decent trialist for us. I'm hoping he puts in some good performances. Like we said, Fajiri Okanabiri's injured, Taylor's injured, Bogle is literally the only striker we have. And speaking of Bogle, let's go into this next story. So this is all about Wellens finding the confidence he can bring out the better out of first class, quotations first class, Omar Bogle at Rovers. So Wellens, according to the Free Press, believes it would be wrong to judge Bogle on his performances in the latter stages of last season. So he joined in January from Cheltenham, managed to score just twice in 17 appearances. Now, Wellens says the style of play last term made it difficult for strikers at the club to find the net. The Rovers boss has been pleased with Bogle's contributions in training so far in pre-season and is confident the style of play he will implement will bring more threat from the 28-year-old. So I watched the last 10 or 12 games of the season, and it would have been difficult for any striker to score goals because the play was that slow. The build-up was that slow. We'll get the best out of players because we'll mix the play up. It's not a testimonial where the ball turns over and we're looking to slow the game down all the time. At times, we'll slow the game down and keep the ball, but it needs that charge of intensity. On turnovers, we can get Bogle into the game, and I think that's where he's at his strongest. He's pledged to give Bogle and Okenabiri the opportunity to impress before deciding the extent to which he needs to recruit in attacking areas. He admits his view on Bogle could have been coloured by talk surrounding the striker within the game, but he says Bogle has made a strong first impression. He says he's a really good lad because the football world is really small. You hear certain stories about players, but I've always taken things at face value. I had a player called Anthony Grant at Swindon, and people told me not to touch him because of this and that. But I actually played with Granty as a young kid. As long as you treat the lads in the correct manner, you can nip a lot of things in the bud before they become bigger things. I heard things about Bogle before. I have to say he's been different class. He's working like a Trojan, so if he continues like that, then let's see where it takes us. So, again, big story there with Bogle. And like I was saying before when I was talking about the Trialists, I will talk about that left-winger position, by the way. But I just wanted to talk about that story with Bogle while I had the chance. With Bogle, just from the sounds of it, he's got this new lease of life, and I hope we do see that this afternoon in the match. But I think overall, I'm just really excited to see what Bogle's going to bring off, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do. So, big up to Omar Bogle for what he's doing. Now, back to the Trialist story, where I had that moment there just to focus on the Omar Bogle story when we were talking about Bogle being the only option. Now, back into the Trialist story with that versatile left-winger option awaiting final confirmation. It's going to be interesting to see who it is, but there's a few wingers that I would like. Solly Kai is obviously one that I would love. I think there's a few out there out of contract in the Championship. So, we'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens. But, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's definitely going to be worth a watch to see who we get. But, I don't know why I have this gut feeling that Kai will not come. I don't know why I've got this gut feeling, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of confused about the whole situation, but hopefully by the start of next week we'll know who it is. But let's move in to our next story, and this one focuses on something very specific, and it is obviously Sheffield United taking on Doncaster Rovers. Now, obviously, we've got the details right here. So, Rovers will be taking on Sky Bet Championship side Sheffield United in the penultimate game of their pre-season campaign in preparation for the Sky Bet League One campaign. The game will take place at the Keepmoat Stadium on Wednesday, the July 28th, with a 7 p.m. kickoff. Richie Wellens side will take on Savski Jakanovic's men 5 days after facing Premier League side Newcastle, which I have the tickets to, so you'll see me there against Newcastle, definitely. Sheffield United, we'll see close to the time. Before travelling to take on League 2 outfit Harrogate Town on August the 1st. So the two sides last met in a pre-season friendly in 2018 in July when the Blades won 2-0 on the occasion thanks to goals from David McGoldrick and Billy Sharp. Now the adults tickets are a tenner and it's £5 for 60 plus seniors and 18 to 24 young adults. Those are £5 and junior 7 and below are £1. Disabled supporters pay the appropriate age group price via the box office, and Sheffield United will sell tickets for away supporters. So to confirm our official pre-season schedule, so we've got all the games now for pre-season, so we can now officially say who we are facing. So, Rosington Main, of course, this afternoon, Spennymoor Town, Bradford City, Wakefield AFC, home games against Newcastle United and Sheffield United, and then away at Harrogate to end pre-season. So, that is the next story. Rovers will be taking on Sheffield United at the Keepmoat Stadium with away fans and hopefully no restrictions for the pre-season. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yorkshire Derby, it's going to be mental. I'm pretty sure it will be mental, but we'll see what happens with the match. But I'm really excited to see what's going to happen there. Finally, not really a big story, just a recap of a separate video that we did yesterday. Andy Butler has completed a permanent move to Boston United following the termination of his playing contract with Doncaster Rovers. He will manage the Doncaster Bells, but he will be playing his football with Boston United. So for those of you who missed that particular video yesterday, just to give you we're not going to go through all the details, to be perfectly honest. We're just going to give you a recap of his official club statement for what he said. Firstly, I'd like to thank my friends and family for always being there for me. I'd also like to thank the players who supported me through the playing time and the backroom staff and ground staff who helped me through the great experience of managing the senior team in League One. It's been a tough couple of weeks for me personally. For my well-being and for my family, I believe the choice to leave Doncaster Rovers and start another playing journey elsewhere is the right one at this time. I'm still learning in my managerial career and will continue to do so with Doncaster Rovers Bells and Nick Buxton, who will help me all the way. People always ask if I regret the decision to take on the Rovers manager's job, and the answer is I don't regret it at all. To have the experience I've had in such a short time, they will still stand with me in a great stand later on. Yes, the results didn't go as well as I'd hoped, but I promise you I gave everything and more to put things right. I'd loved every moment of being a Rovers player and interim manager. I'm in Doncaster through and through, and it have made the journey from fan to player to manager, which no one can take away from me. Finally, to the fans who stuck with me with the club no matter what, I want to say a massive thank you. This lad from Borby hopes he's done you all proud. So, that's just a recap of the official Butler statement on his leaving to Boston United in the Vanarama National League North. Like I said in that video yesterday, good luck to Butler. I hope you do well. No negatives on either side of the deal here. There's no negative reasons why he's leaving at all, in my opinion. I think it's all positive, and it's just the right direction, really, on his playing career. So, big respect to Butler for doing this, and good luck at Boston United. Boston United fans, comment down below what you think of that signing. But that is going to be it, guys, for this video. Lots of stories in here. Trialists, pre-season match, recap the Butler news from yesterday. The stuff on the left winger. Wellens having confidence in Bogle. It's a big daily reports today, and I hope you really did enjoy it. So, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you for the review of Rosington, Maine this afternoon. But for now, guys, I'm Aaron Chandler from Throw Football, DRFC, keep living the Rovers life, and that, my friends, is full time. Rovers till I die. Thank you very much indeed.